G'day, welcome back to 7 Billion Humans. Let's continue on now. Hopefully I haven't forgotten too much from when I last played, because yeah, these are getting uh, nice and tricky. Sometimes we get excited about an engineering problem, we can lose perspective. Okay. Only one data cube, it must be the smallest one in the room. Interesting. So I feel like we need to work out a way for our buddy in the bottom. Oh, okay. This will rely heavily on really think about this one. So each person's going to have to check their row. So we've got our 8 people down the bottom, and these guys are going to have to all do this check. I then feel that it's on him. We've got to work out how to get him to then actually check, do the final check. So what you would do is you would go... set mem1 equals 99. So it's similar to what our, I think 36 was. 99. Yeah. I need to step up first. If... Okay, that's going to be if that equals a wall. Will be a then else problem. But sorry, that'll be our then sort of instruction for the end, but we'll skip that for now, and it'll be else. Step up. And then if direction that equals is, you know what, the smallest one is less than or equal to memory 1, then set memory 1 to that. Now I don't need that step there, do I? If I've got that step there, because I can then go... No, I think I can do it that order. I think that works a little bit better. So then we can say jump here. Okay. And that should mean that, we'll just play it. That should mean that these guys will all walk to the top and just basically just check over everything. Cool. Alright. So what they then need to do is, if this is a wall, then pick up memory 1. Pick up memory 1. If direction that way equals a wall, then drop step 1, else step down. And then we can say jump to here then this one we want to say, just jump to there, just keep him walking north. Okay, now, the other condition... Now, what we should see here, and I'm going to play that through now, is that what we should see is everyone will walk up, should identify what their biggest number is. No, I've done something wrong because I've only got the 99. What did I do wrong there? Say greater than? Sorry. Less than equal to. Okay, so let's try that again. Okay, so they've now all got those there. Now what we want to do is try and do a setup different for our shredder guy. It's almost like this guy has to set a separate set of rules, but he also has to not really initiate what he's doing until this line of things is there. Now what I think we can do is we can say... I think I can just do it as a thing at the top, because otherwise everything else is just if. If that direction equals a shredder, then step left, then step down. So he's now standing right here. Now we can then increment an if inside that for him too. Because then all of this... If that direction equals a data cube, then step left, else jump to here. So basically he doesn't do anything until he can step left, because that is the data cube. This is definitely way more complicated than this thing probably is, but this is my this is me thinking it out. Okay, so step. Okay, then we want to do his set memory. So he already has memory set 99. If direction that is less than or equal to memory 1, then set memory 1. I think I've got to chuck another if in here too, because their sort of stop of if there's a wall is it going to be if that direction equals hole, it'll be pick up memory 1, and then we can also say no, we could say walk to hole, and that would possibly... Let's just try and do it in the way that's the path I'm on at the moment, I guess. Okay, memory 2 equals nearest shredder. So if thing else jump. Now where was I up to? Then if it's equal to less to then memory 1, then step memory 1 thing, and then we want to jump to here. And then we want to also go give to here was the other one I was looking through. Jump. Okay, so then his process is if that's a data cube, step that way. If it's less than memory 1, set memory 1, jump back up here and go through that process again. Else, just jump through that process again. Hopefully that works. I mean, that's 31 steps, which I'm sure it's going to tell me I should be doing it in 14 or something. Good, we can see he's just standing there waiting for someone to show up. So you should go back, pick up the 19. Okay, so why did you not pick up the 19? Said there was nothing to pick up. That equals a whole. Pick up memory 1. Ah, that was my mistake. That should just be to there. Okay, let's try that again. You go through. 14 should be the winner. Did it. There we go. Ah, 22. I feel a bit better about using 31. Okay. 39. Okay. We need to increase our awareness of our printing. Each worker must print exactly 5 data cubes and place them anywhere on the floor and really think about the impact of each one. I mean, second half of that's probably nothing, so we'll just need to go... Equals, memory 1 equals nearest printer. Step to memory... no, so I just want to say... Take from memory 1. If direction below equals nothing, then drop. Else step any direction. And so then that would be we go jump to there, and then this one we would say jump to there. Now the problem will be that if one does it once more than everyone else, how can I tell them to only do it 5 times? Just see what happens when we've got it like this. What the sort of... So obviously... So he's going to be well out ahead. Now... Or do they actually wait their turn? Let's just speed this up, because I feel like it's going to end in... Okay, so it's not even going to stop them. I mean, obviously you could just write in your instructions 5 times, but... I wonder something about the memories. We only have 4 memories, so it's nothing about, like, say, setting 5 memories and wiping them each time they do it. Nearest calc. Okay. Okay. So what we can do is we can then go a memory 2 set memory 2 to be 0. Set memory 2 to be 0. If so, you do your process, and once you drop, you go calc. Memory 2 is memory 2 plus 1. And then you go, if memory 2 equals 5, then end, else. And I want this all to be the else below it, but how do I make that clear? That's the indent. Let's just find out if they... Done. Not bad, I'll take that one. So basically, yeah, if I was counting their memory up to 5, so by the time they hit 5, they should be stopped. We're getting up in the snow now. Here we are again. Yes, it appears our polite printed pamphlet was out of date. Wasted 25 data cubes. Go copy the solution from your previous assignment and paste it here. Once again, each worker must print exactly 5 cubes, but this time each worker must label their cubes 1 through 5 in any order you like. Place them anywhere on the floor. The comment in any order you like seems really interesting. Okay, so let's go. Memory 1 equals... No. Memory 1 is nearest printer. Set memory 1 to equals... memory 2 to equal 0. If memory 2 equals 5, end, else... take from... Now I'm going to do this another way actually. We're going to set that to 1. We're going to hit 6 as our stop point. So basically it's still 5, but we're starting at 1 and ending at 6 as opposed to starting at 0 and ending at 5. And the reason for that is that we can say take from memory 1 that no. We want right. Memory 2. So that now means that they're going to take their first one, they're going to write the number that is memory 2, which is currently 1. And then we will go if equals nothing, then drop and calculate memory 2 equals memory 2 plus 1, at which point we want that to jump to here. Else step any direction and then jump back to here. Alright, let's see how that plays out. So you should pick it up, you should make it 1. Good. And place it. Stand everyone's way while he does it. That gives us a good idea of where they're up to in there. Each individual sort of process too. Okay, so we can keep an eye on this guy, so he's at 6, so he stops. Great. Close. Even it close. I mean, a lot of these, I feel like it's just that I've just got to refine the instructions that I'm doing. The process is right. It's just remove whatever weird steps I'm doing that are making it just that little bit longer. Okay. the left of the numbers listed on each cube. Okay. Each data cube to the left, the number of tiles listed on each cube. For example, for key steps 3, it must move 3 tiles since it's important best message. Okay, so step left, pick up. Memory 1 equals... Am I using the right one? What if we go that memory 1 equals 0, calc. Memory 1 equals memory 1 plus my item. Step. How do I... Okay, so I could go... If memory 1 does not equal 0, then step left. Now the problem is going to be that there could be people that are in the way of each other, so they need to get out of the way once they've dropped their cube. So if memory 1 does not equal 0, step left, calc, memory 1 equals memory 1 minus 1. Else, drop, step, up, and then we can just say jump there, just keep walking. And then we can just say from the bottom jump to... Wait, do we need to jump from the bottom? So then we just say jump to here. Let's try that. Let's say this person has to go 1. 0, so you're out of the way, and they just keep walking. As long as I don't run into someone like this and cause grief. That's my only concern. Since I think they're all constantly attempting to move, it should be okay. After a little person. It's him. Alright, 42. Okay, 10 folders for me down the bottom. Actually label them 0 to 9. I just need to set the emails into these 10 folders. For example, emails with 20 to 29 go into folder 2. Emails with... Okay. Okay. Do not pick up the labels 0 to 9 directly above each shredder. They will explode. Oh. Okay. Data cube 0 to 9 must be sent to the shredder labeled 0. Data cubes blah blah blah. Okay. So the tricky part of this, I feel, is this bottom section of not to pick up numbers near the shredder. So now the hopeful thing is that we're not going to need this. If this wall was enclosed here so that they couldn't walk to the outskirts of this section, this could be a little bit easier. But anytime they pick up something, they're going to be above above a shredder, so that's okay. Okay, so let's try and figure this one out without doing our head in. It's the order that we need to do this into. If That equals a shredder. Step north. I'm gonna have to go a bit further than that, but if I'm just going to increment in here, if this direction equals a wall, then such and such, else jump to here. And then we are going to go, if that equals a wall, set, no, nearest, memory 1 equals nearest data cube. Okay. If I say step 2, I just want to see what the process is for this. If I say step 2, memory 2, just out of curiosity, do they walk into it or do they just stop? Okay, great. Step to memory 2. Okay. Again, we've only got the 4 memories. So we need to work out how to get them to choose which one. How do we get them to pick which one's correct? Okay. Now this is also on the assumption that they're not going to walk into any one of them. Is there a way that we could set so we know which shredder is going to be the nearest shredder? We could tell them to walk to this wall. And then in theory, this would be the closest shredder to everyone. And then we could start at that point, walk to this shredder. If else. Okay. Feels like we're going to be really stacking in a lot of if else's though. Because you can't say, if you say you're holding 54 and you need to put that in 5 and you're standing at 3, you can't say if the number you're holding is greater than 3. Or even if you're standing at 7, like, because it is. I mean, they're always going to be greater than 3. Even at 5, it's going to be greater. I can divide though. Okay. Alright, so if we go set memory 2 is memory 3 is 0. Nearest data cube. Calc. Memory 3 equals data cube divided by 10. So if we had 3 and divided that by 10, it would be 0.3. Alright, we'll see if that works. Okay. Step to memory 2. If memory 3 equals direction here, give to direction. It's going to be me stacking ifs in here, but else if If that is greater than, so if say my number is memory 3, so say I'm standing on 2 and my number is 1, if that is greater than my number, then step left, else step right. And okay, and then so, because either way that should end in jump. And then we go here? Maybe? Not confident. Okay, no one moved to start with. Okay. If that equals a shredder. So this shouldn't be embedded inside that. This should just be there, I think. I've already done that calculation on... Okay, we forgot to pick up a cube. Memory 1 equals a data cube. Pick up memory 1. Try that again. Okay, so now you're stuck at that point, so that you're not bouncing back to where you need to go. So that was give 2, and then we want you to jump to... here. Now... this part probably doesn't matter, because I can just say... get that out of here, and then I can just get rid of that, I think. And then that can just be jump, because it's... if that equals a wall, else... I can put... else... step up. Okay, try this. Speed this up a little bit to see if we can get past the second round. Okay, what do you do? Great, so you just continue to walk up. So you go all the way back up to the wall. So you shouldn't be messing with these ones. Now, problem will become if someone does want to pick up one of those bottom 9. But I don't... that's the only thing I don't really have a contingency for at this point. But hopefully it means that the last person should figure it out before everyone else goes to... I mean, what I could do is figure out how many squares there are in total. Instead of memory number that you just keep minusing off each time you shred something. That's what I might have to do here. They're going to pick these up now. Yep, okay. That's alright. Okay, so what we need to do is we can have a look. There is 6 by 10, so there's 60 on there. So... when you shred, you give 2. We want to set up here. What I say, there was 60? And there's 5 of them. So 60 divided by 5 is 12. So we go set. I did just add this, didn't I? And then I closed my eyes to do some math in my head. Okay. Set to 12. Then we can say if memory 4 equals 0 and we can step forward actually, just get you out of there. And then when you give to calc, memory 4 equals memory 4 minus 1. I think that should do it. Okay, let's try it. Hopefully what it means is once you've done your 12, you just walk into the shredder, pretty much. Still see they've got 7 or so to go each. I mean, they're still bouncing out of the way. It did the job and meant they didn't have to die, so I guess we'll take it. Wonder why those ones failed. Might be something about that. The failing attempts, I would assume that it would be that everyone sort of clears out these ones over here so fast that sort of the closest one to you then might become these down here. Is there anything I can think of? I'm just going to try it one more time, just to see if I can beat that average. Or even if I can see it. I mean, you could also make the stipulation if south is a shredder, do not pick up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's put that. I mean, that almost gets rid of the whole set 12 thing too. So I've almost got double instructions here, I think. So if we got rid of... Can I copy this down the bottom? Copy, and then we'll go over to here, and we'll say paste. So this time what I want to do is get rid of memory 4. Our little memory 4 instructions. And instead we're going to say if that direction equals a shredder, we'll just say step up. And no, we want that inside. And then jump to here. Now that potentially should mean that what will happen is some people should get stuck just operating down the bottom here, just sort of going like, oh, there's a shredder there. But the intention is that they won't ever pick up something in that bottom row. And even though it may knock, say, someone out of it, the other 4 may continue to go, or even potentially just 1 may continue to work, while the other 4 just sort of sit there, just not collecting them. Even then, he's still... Right, because we would jump to there and then he would pick it as the nearest one anyway. Where am I getting him to walk back to the wall? So that if that equals a wall, then do this, else step. If that adds anything, I'm not quite sure what if that does change it. It's a really long one to have to sort of trial and error. Still doing it. Okay. It has to be somewhere down. Memory 1 equals nearest data cube. Step to memory 1. we go if... Get rid of that from there. Now we say if that equals a shredder, then... I'm going to say step left. This is going to add a few extra steps, but I think this is going to be my fix. Step left, step left, step left. And then jump to... here. So then they go back to sort of just stepping back to the wall, and then they reset memory 1. I think that's there. Alright, let's try it again. So I think it's generally going to be on this side that they end up doing that issue. So close. So what about this is saying that you're allowed to pick up something if that's a shredder? Because this should be just going back and resetting you constantly. That if that is a shredder, if you walk to it and that's a shredder, then you reset. Alright, what if I go... If that equals a shredder and... else. Go. Alright, does that work? Still not. Why is he still picking that up? I mean, annoyingly, I would have to sort of go through the step process here, but that's going to be so many steps. It's really deep in this step. I mean, is the 12 thing right? Alright, let's go back to this. Let's keep our memory 12 part. And then also we say memory 1 equals step memory 1 if direction south equals a shredder. Jump to yeah. Jump into there, maybe. See if that works. Hope that wasn't the only adjustment I needed to make to get this going. How much I've faffed around on that other theory. Worked, but let's see if the averages are paying out here. Still not. It's something about that it doesn't. It's not computing to. walking them as far away from these as possible. I'm cutting them on the amount of individual ones that they're allowed to pick up themselves. Just don't pick up those. And I would have thought it was if that's equals a shredder, then jump, step up, you then jump to the top. That's not true. So it's if that equals a wall, then thing. Otherwise, step back up. And unless actually, what it was potentially saying was that there's a there was a time issue. Was the actual problem. So what maybe I need to do is back to the sort of 3 steps I had. But this time, we just tell them to do that. Because it wasn't necessarily that they were picking up the wrong one in the end, but the problem actually was that they were just taking they just weren't finding it. Because, say it was over here, they were walking back to the top here, they were coming back down, they were finding that wasn't right, they were walking back, they were coming back down, and they weren't ever getting closer to that one. So hopefully this 3-step random might cause them to just sort of scatter about a bit more. So say for her, will she eventually scatter this way enough that she'll get it? Basically that's it. That's the thought of what we've changed here. It allows it, I'll take it. I will take it. Alright. I'd say that's probably long enough for this session. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.